91 on the Globe, the GoLeafs live stream. Laura Hoover alongside a very special guest. Casey, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, Laura. How are you?
Well, it's a bit cold, but you know what? We're wearing not much clothing considering it's only, sweater weather in the press box. So hip hip hooray for that. We also have a heater up here, so perks. Any case, getting started at the J. Harold Sargent baseball field for the last conference home series against the Mount Vernon Nazarene Cougars. Starting in the outfield for the Maple Leafs, Owen, Longacre, and Grooms have in his position starting after a memorable end to the series last weekend. In the infield, Bontrager, Wilson, Mawson, and McGuire. A little bit of difference out in third base. Garcia will not be out there. Again, Bontrager. Strobel behind the plate, and Cade Gorman at the mound this afternoon with an ERA of something which I cannot read my own handwriting. In any case, we'll get back to his stat line in just a moment as we're getting a little bit late on the start. Nick Moser, Chris Klein, Jay Glover, Ashton Myers, Devin Pearl, Aaron Saul, Brendan Miller, Cameron Miller, and Toby Walker is your lineup for the Cougars. Why don't you go ahead and run through a little bit of the records?
Yeah, absolutely. And we're taking the first pitch here. It's good to be here with this quick swing and the miss. But Mount Vernon comes in with a record of 31-13, 14-6 in conference. They're at the top, 8-8 on the road, with Goshen at 14-25, 8-13 in conference.
Well, that's the 1-1 count to Moser. Gorman coming out for an illustrious start as the wind does blow in here at the Sarge. Not something that we've seen too often of this season, as we've been seeing, gusts of 50, gusts of 40, and a solid wind of 30 miles an hour all this season, but unfortunately they're all blowing out at those times, both against Taylor and last weekend. Seems like every weekend so far has been a windy one, as that one's popped, well, just down the line and goes to the 2-2.
Yeah, you try to lay one down there. Good look. Show it early in the game. That way they respect you. Brings infielders in. You can slap it by him. With 2 strikes now, he's probably going to swing, and we'll see. But you can see there he's pulled the infielders in a little bit, so they'll keep him honest the rest of the game.
Well, Moser, one of the heavy hitters of Mount Vernon with a .404 batting average, 15 RBIs, 22 strikeouts, but leads the team in stolen bases at 23.
Tell you, he fouled that one off, and first web gem of the game, Braden Evans in the dugout snagged that with his bare hand, and I have no idea why he caught that with his right hand as he's in the bullpen today for the Leafs.
Might as well. Just a little bit of show off, right?
Yeah, and he's talking about it with everybody there in the dugout, and he thinks he's too cool for school, but that's those California guys for you.
Well, that's the big makeup of the Maple Leaf team so far this season. Swing and a miss, and he'll be going down.
Yeah, I was talking to Braden before the game around the cage, and he thought he wasn't going to pitch today, but the games have actually gotten postponed tomorrow till Monday, so it's kind of all hands on deck for the Maple Leafs. So you got guys like Colton Daniel, Braden Evans, Colby in the bullpen. So we'll see what we can end up getting out of Cade Gorman. If he can get us 3, 4, 5 innings even, it could be a bullpen game from here on out.
Well, Gorman's first pitch to Chris Klein, and he takes it on the outside, and there's the ball 1.
That's the keys. Coach Grubbs was kind of telling me he's got 4 pitches, and it's really important to get ahead, stay ahead, throw strikes, and he's really got to get all 3 of his pitches really working.
Calls on the outside corner. Beautiful pitch by Gorman. Klein, however, also one of the people who you don't really want to mess with, batting a .344 this season, slugging a .416, 26 RBIs, one of the highest on the team so far.
That one was just off the outside corner. I'd love to have that one as a pitcher, but it was off the plate. So we'll see if Gorman can bring it a little bit closer back to the plate.
Pitch in, pop behind. Mickey's going to go after it, but it's way behind the bullpen.
I love what he did right there. The pitch before that was about 3 inches wider off the plate than that pitch, and he literally brought it back 2 inches. So that shows that he has a little bit of, he has a lot of command right now for that pitch, and we'll see if he can keep it there on the black.
Sets his bat as Klein, waits for the pitch, receives it just across the inside corner, cutting back in. That's 2 up, 2 down for Mount Vernon against Gorman.
That was nasty. That had to be the slider. He's got 4 pitches, so he's got the fastball, changeup, curve, and slider. And Coach Grubbs was telling me before the game he's got to get 3 of those 4 working. He gets in a lot of trouble when he only has 2. If he just has that fastball and changeup working, the guys can sit on it. But right there, that was a really good indication that he's got that slider working, and caught him looking there.
Well, Glover coming into the box in the inside corner, lefty. Not something that we see traditionally on this Mount Vernon team as well. A little bit of unique. Glover this afternoon out at first base for the Cougars. Pop Sky, here comes Longacre drawing it in. Also Molson underneath it. Calls him off. 3 up, 3 down for the Maple Leafs. As popping out to Colby Mousen in second. We'll be going to the bottom of the first right after this on 91.1 The Globe and the GoLeafs live stream. On the goalies live stream, 91-1 The Globe. Colby Molson up to the plate for the Maple Leafs as he leads things off. On deck is Longacre in the hole, Strobel. Beyond him, Wilson, Logan, McGuire, Grooms, Bontrager. And rounding out the lineup is Owens for the Maple Leafs. On the mound for the Cougars, Caleb Bowman. Molson will pop it skyward out into right field. Underneath it is Walker, although it's beyond the fence. In foul territory.
Yeah, I think the wind pushed that one. It's about a 15, 20-mile-an-hour wind, and if there's no wind, that's staying. It might fall, but, yeah, I think I like what he did there. Just jump on that first pitch.
You know, we were talking a little bit before the game about the wind, and I think we discussed it was 29 to 32 solid and blowing due south, which is almost directly in for us with 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts, so it's going to be a struggle for both the pitchers and the batters, especially if they want to go out towards right. In any case, Molson takes the 0-2. And the outside corner, drawing ball 1.
Laura, I don't know what's blowing more in the wind, the American flag or this pitcher's mullet. Look at that thing.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, unbelievable.
You know, just last weekend we were talking about McGuire and his long hair and how we didn't recognize him walking out into the field because he cut it.
Yeah, I need to go and throw Cody a couple bucks for a haircut for sure. He's a good kid, though. He's got plays some good defense out there. Well, he's a junior now, and it's cool to see what he's been able to do as a freshman coming on up. That's been really cool to see Cody McGuire growing.
Pop back foul on the reset of the full count.
Colby's my favorite player to watch on this team. Not that you're allowed to have favorites, but we all do, right? Coaches are always like, they always say, coaches aren't allowed to have favorites. Well, that's just not true. Coaches do have favorites, and
out and right again from Molson. Underneath it, Walker, and
Colby pops it up. But this kid, he's a hustler. He's a player. He's always the first one in. He's always the last one out. He pitches, so he's a two-way player, which is really good. But he doesn't like losing. He loves winning, so he does whatever it takes to get the job done. He's a ton of fun to watch.
That he really is. Ben Longacre up to the plate, who's batting a .336 this season. We've seen him go yard a few times already. at least at home, and a few on the road as well. He'll be facing off against Bauman for the first time in this series. Pops it into the screen almost in front of us and taking that as strike one.
Yeah, Ben, I tell you, I remember him as a freshman, and he left skinny. I don't know what he did that summer. I heard he was, baling hay on the family farm, and he came back and last year had a breakout season. So you can see how much strength he's gained.
Well, perks for the Midwestern Farms as he goes right again. Second fly out to Walker this afternoon.
Well, that's what kids need to do these days. Everybody's on their Game Boys and iPads and all that kind of stuff. I went out there and rolled in the mud. That's what I did for fun back in the day. Rolled in the mud, threw rocks. Well, that's why, your arm strength. But now all these kids are playing the Game Boys. They're all brain dead almost. And they come here and we're like, all right, we got to get you back on the farm and get you strong. And that's what Ben did. And look, it's paid off for him.
Same, something similar to Bobby Garcia as well. He really gained a lot of strength over summer. Anyway, Strobel up to the plate, pops out right. Will it be foul? It will. Out behind first base dugouts.
I was talking to Strobel for the game, and he's got a little bit of a hamstring issue, so we'll see how he does here. It doesn't affect him when he's catching, but when he is running, it's a challenge. And I think he hit one to the wall the other day at Spring Arbor and can only get to first, but he's gutting it out because he's a player.
And his last season too, he's gonna take no.
Yeah.
Not. He's not gonna go out. He's gonna go down fighting as well. And not only that, he's been prone to injuries this season, getting clipped in the mask earlier on against Indiana Wesleyan. So from that to helping out his hamstring injury, or at least tightness, he's been having a rough few weeks. Bob's back.
Yeah, he was telling me before the game he got that concussion from the foul tip, and he said the next day his mom went out and bought him a brand new mask, and it said it's saving his life now. So that's what moms are for.
True. And who can say no to a brand new mask? Some new gear. Definitely some shiny stuff up out on the field. Full count to Strobel. And keeping himself alive with the sixth pitch.
He's going right after him. I mean, that was a heater belt high right down the middle, but he's bringing it in there pretty good. So we'll see if Strobel can tee this one up.
Into the gap between Klein and Sal in shortstop, and he'll have a base hit.
Not a baby Strobe. He's actually getting down the line pretty good there, so I don't think he's going to be stretching any singles or doubles, but he looked pretty good there, and the courtesy runner is going to come in. So that'll be good to get Strobel back there off his feet.
Evan Krieger, the courtesy runner for Strobel this afternoon. We traditionally see him out in right field this season as a freshman coming in, although last series of the weekend proved that Grooms may be keeping his spot out there for the time being.
I tell you, I was watching the game at home on TV when he hit that home run and robbed the home run the previous game. That was amazing. You don't really see Rob home runs in this level of baseball, but he looked like a big-time pro, and then you guys called the walk-off shot. That was pretty special. He hit a walk-off home run to win the game. That was really cool.
All I can say is I hope you weren't wearing headphones. We went dead silent, and then we just yelled at the top of our lungs, and that was a fun moment. As Wilson at the plate pops it back in the foul territory.
He's elevating that fastball. I mean, I think a lot of these swings have been, at the belt or above. If we can lay off those and let him bring it down a little bit more into the contact zone, will be good because he's throwing the heat, so it's hard to get on top of those high fastballs.
And Wilson, for his first season here at Goshen, has been doing really good work, and it'll be interesting to watch him improve as he grounds out to Klein at short, and Maple Leafs go down in 4. So, scoreless after 1 inning. We're going to the second inning of work. You want to keep it locked on 91 on the Globe and the GoLeafs live stream. on the GoLeafs live stream. 91 the Globe for the top of the second inning. Ashton Myers, Devin Pearl, and Aaron Saul up to the plate in order for Mount Vernon Nazarene. Cade Gorman. I'm just mixing up letters today. On the mound for second inning of work, scoreless after one. First pitch in, he sees ball one.
Got a big shift here. They got three infielders on the left side of the infield with the right side all open. So we'll see what he can do. The outfielders are playing pretty much straight up, though.
Pitch in, checks his swing, doesn't go around, and that's ball two. Myers, this season, one of the leaders for strikeouts on the team. He'll pop it foul.
Hey, you often see the shift on the lefties, but hey, I like what Coach Childers is here doing. He does some things a little bit differently, which I like, and it definitely makes the game more entertaining. I don't know if it's always the right move, but it's always the fun one to watch. I think last year I saw him have 4 outfielders in a game, and then this year, now that Major League Baseball teams are doing it, so I think they're taken from Coach Alex.
I should hope so.
Yeah. I mean, he's kind of a trendsetter, and I really do think Major League Baseball is kind of listening in and watching in on how the Leafs perform and what Coach Childers is doing, and they're implementing in the big leagues.
Well, we can only hope so, as takes a walk for Myers. First walk for Gorman this afternoon. Interesting fact about Myers, though. 10 hit-by pitches leads the team this season for the Cougars, so if you're going to hit anyone, it's probably going to be him, and he's probably maybe moving towards a little bit into the box. In any case, Devin Pearl up to the plate for Cougars, another lefty, the designated hitter for this afternoon. Takes strike one across the plate on the outside corner.
Yeah, that ball was a few inches off the outside corner, but we'll take that pitch all day. So definitely need after that leadoff walk.
Knocks up. There's Molson to receive. Decides to go to second, try for the double play.
Oh, wow.
And he gets it.
So the Leafs will take that one. The dugout of Mount Vernon didn't like that one. The coach is going to come out there and have a nice, friendly conversation. It's a second inning, but, I think if we had replay, I have no comment on that.
Well, I mean, it is NAIA, so.
Yeah, I mean, the coach is going to have a quick conversation. He's not liking it. He's looking down at the ground, so he might be saying something he doesn't want the TV cameras to watch, but he's not all too happy about it. And the umpire's got guts making that call right in front of their dugout, so we'll see.
Okay, to be fair, TV cameras, there's one on top of the press box, and we can barely see the field.
I'm just trying to pretend we're a lot better than what we really are.
Okay, we're better.
Yeah.
We're better than this.
I mean, we're great, but one day I can see TV cameras. I can actually see drones here flying around, capturing every angle of the game. You believe that? You can't see that?
I can see it now.
Yes, there it is.
Funny enough, the college comm department is actually getting optic fiber, so hopefully next year we're going to see more camera angles for all Leaf athletics.
I can't even spell optic fiber. I have no idea what that even is.
Well, which means we can do live switching down in the studio and people running around with cameras on every angle that we can possibly think of.
Laura, I don't know what live switching means. What does that
You
mean?
press buttons and it changes different angles.
Oh, I got it. I got it. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm still thinking about a drone over every position. I can just see it. That'd be a lot of fun.
Well, I mean, we do have a drone. I mean, we can utilize it. That'd be great.
There we go.
2-1 the count to Saul, batting a .302 this season. Saul facing no one on and 2 outs. He'll take the 2-2 count. Gorman really working the corners this afternoon. Not something you generally see called from Strobel as he pops it over to Longacre in center field.
That a baby. That helps. Nice little double play there to get the Leafs out of the inning. And anytime you get that first guy on, turn in a quick 2 definitely helps.
That really is. And again, another 3 up, 3 down for the Maple Leafs in an unconventional order. However, we do go to the bottom of the second with Logan, McGuire, and Grooms due up on 91.1 The Globe, the GoLeafs live stream. Tanner Logan leading off for the Maple Leafs, the designated hitter for Goshen College. You're on 91.1 The Globe, the GoLeafs live stream live at the J. Harold Sargioter baseball field on the campus of Goshen College. Logan, who bats a .205 this season.
Get through there.
Oof. Nice, beautiful drive over the hump, but a bounce for Mount Vernon goes Klein Glover in the first out for the Maple Leafs.
Coach Childers should have got her a little bit earlier and cut that grass. I think that ball would have got through. I think on a normal day when the coach gets up early, gets that grass cut, you know, that's what they got to know. The coach has to know, hey, is their team hitting ground balls today or fly balls? So maybe we'll get Coach out here early on Monday and sneak a couple more hits. But then again, Mount Vernon could also sneak a few through there. So
True.
Coach Childers, I never want to second guess him. He knows what he's doing.
Beautiful pitch down the middle, and McGuire holds. He'll take strike one. Another note, you might want the grass today because of the mud out on the field. Heavy rains for the past day and a half, 2 days, give or take, but it seems to be the field is dried decently well from at least no visible puddles. A little few wet spots on the dirt, but...
Yeah, it's looking pretty good. They pulled the tarp at 9 o'clock this morning to see, and last night we were hanging out watching some baseball and looking at the weather, and it didn't look promising, but definitely turned around and it's looking pretty good out here.
You know, at least getting one game in is better than losing the entire series to a different weekend. So, the 2-2 count to McGuire. Still facing off against Bauman in his second inning of work. Pops it up. Walker underneath. And he's getting some workout over there as there's the third fly out to right field this afternoon. Bringing up Jason Grooms to the plate. The hero of the previous weekend, and, well, we'll see if he continues to have his hot streak. Although this wind ain't doing anything for him.
It's gusting. I don't know if you guys can hear that at home, but it's blowing straight in, so see if we can keep it on the line here. Umpire zone's looking pretty good. He's given an inch or two, but nothing more, and he's been consistent so far today. So
taking on the inside, he checks his swing, goes around, it looks like, and also may have cut the inside corner, so... The 1-1. Line back over the hump, goes into short center field. Grooms will be able to land himself a base hit. That is the second hit of the Maple Leafs this afternoon, and the second person to reach base after Strobel back in the first. That does bring up Austin Bontrager to the plate.
I was watching the other day. I believe Bontrager hit a home run.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, Spring Arbor, right?
Yeah, I believe that is his first collegiate home run.
First career home run, deep drive to left field. So it was cool to see that happen. So we've had a couple first-year players hit a couple big home runs the last week or two.
Fouls it back in the 0-1. And Bontrager is not someone you would traditionally expect to be hitting the long ball. He generally tries to pop it out into the gaps out and by short and then short center.
Yep.
However, hey, if you can hit it long, go ahead and hit it long.
He reminds me of former Goshen College star Nate Colclaser back in 2005. This kid, they were built about the same way. Nate hit like 18 home runs in his first 24 games. It was unbelievable. And they're built kind of the exact same way.
In the dirt?
That was, I think, back in the day. Hit a bunch of home runs. I think 8 home runs on the spring trip that year. But the fence in center field was at 365 that year in center field. We were setting all kinds of records. The bats were juiced. Nothing to take away from Nate. I mean, he was unbelievable. He hit 20-something home runs that year.
Foul territory behind the screen.
I'll tell you, I think that was Josh Keister's maybe senior year, his final year, former athletic director, Goshen College star, and then soon-to-be coach. And I think he wanted his name in those record books, so he moved those fences back about 50 feet after that. So little-known fact. And I think Keister's still in the record books for nearly every hitting category.
He's definitely in the top 10, I can tell you that much.
Yeah. No, he was a great hitter. Keister, Heisner, back in the day, 2, 3-hole, 3-hole, 4-hole hitters. They did a lot of really good damage in the middle of the lineup.
Although I do believe Preston Carr, who recently graduated in the past few years, has at least inched his way up into those statistics a little bit. So
yeah, I think Preston is one of his last games of his college career, hit 3 home runs in one game.
Yep.
And in a series, it was unbelievable. He just caught fire, and that was really cool what he was able to do.
2-2 the count to Bontrager. Outside, and he'll draw the full count.
So 2 outs. You want to make a gamble that the runner tries to steal a second here?
Oh, without a doubt.
Oh, okay. I sure hope so. Full count, 2 outs. We got to make it happen here. See, hey, split a gap. He could be able to score here.
And, well, he doesn't hit a gap. However, he does miss the glove of the third baseman, Saul. That'll be moving Grooms up to third. Bontrager will land himself at first.
Good heads-up base running. He had the ball in front of him the entire way, and that's what you're supposed to do when you're stealing second. Obviously it was a full count, so you're not really trying to steal. So first thing you do is take a couple good strides, get your momentum moving towards second, and then pick up the ball because you're never going to stop, right? You're never going to just stop. So he picked it up, got to third, which is huge. You never want to make the first or third out at third, but getting to third like that, hey, a pass ball, air in the infield could score another run.
Pitch into Owens as he sees his first action at the plate this afternoon.
Pitcher's elevating a little bit. He's throwing that fastball a little bit high, and he needs to get it down. But the Leafs are doing a pretty good job, being selective.
Owens looking for the pitch. Finds it a little bit high. That's ball 2. No walks yet for Bauman into his second inning. Again, a reminder, this is a 9-inning game, the first game of the 3-game series against Mount Vernon in the Crossroads League. Games 2 and 3 will be played on Monday. Tentative time at 10 a.m. Their first pitch.
Yeah, they were supposed to play tomorrow, but Coach Childers has his favorite brother-in-law in town, so I think 10% chance of rain. He says, hey, I'd rather hang out with my brother-in-law. So.
Well, it may help you out. There's an 80% chance.
80% chance. Look, I still really think if it was 70 and sunny tomorrow, he's probably going to bang the game and say, hey, let's just have some family time and all that kind of stuff, because he is a family man.
Finding foul territory. Again, a reset at the 2-2. Although my previous days of being a meteorology nerd, I can tell you anything above 15% is a good chance.
There you go.
Pitch to home, tipped over, and it's foul territory. Reset of 2-2 again.
These kids, he's 2-2, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. You see these college teams every once in a while do these weird things where they're shooting bow and arrows in the dugout and making weird things in their hat. I don't get it, Laura. Do you have any idea what that's all about?
You might as well have fun while you're not playing.
Yeah, but do you understand what it's about? I mean, I get it, it's having fun, but what does it mean?
Well, I mean, that you'll have to ask each individual player for that.
I'm gonna have to make sure I get up there before the next game and ask what they're doing down there. The Leafs don't get into it, but you see some teams that get a lot into it, some kind of superstitious thing. But now it's full, so we don't have to deal with that anymore.
Well, speaking of superstition, well, I was gonna say something, but you know what? Owens does take the strikeout.
Yeah, I mean it was above the belt. GC Leafs don't love the call, but it was a big pitch. But hey, we'll get him back next inning. We made him throw a lot of pitches, so we're gonna be all right.
Yeah, but you know what? It's scoreless after 2. We're gonna go to the top of the 3rd. You want to keep it locked on 91 The Globe, the GoLeafs live stream. On the GoLeafs live stream, 91.1 The Globe. Laura Hoover alongside Casey, the special guest for this afternoon. We are in our 3rd inning of work, and Gorman's still on the mound for the Maple Leafs. Renton Miller up to the plate, the second baseman for this afternoon, batting a .366 this season. Seeing his first action, takes the bunt, and it's in foul territory already.
It was close. He laid that one down and hit him right in the box. And you've seen it before where if the hitter, which oftentimes when they're laying down a bunt, they're supposed to get up in the box. And sometimes that'll hit him outside the box. But he was barely in the box and the umpire was all over it.
Pitch from Gorman. Knocked over. Bontrager just able to escape his hand, and he goes first. He's rounding over to second. It's Owens looking to try and stop him up, but unable to launch it over in time.
Yeah, that ball's on the left side of the base. Once again, if our television replays were working today,
Cameron Miller.
It was a beautiful strategy. At the end of the day, he tried to lay down the bunt, drew the infielder in, and hit it. The ball looked to go to the left side of the base, but he's going to be a leadoff double, and no argument by the coaches. Third baseman didn't like it. Strobel didn't like it at home, but yeah, we gotta bear down.
Another bunt for Mount Vernon, and Gorman bobbles the ball. That'll be runners on the corners as Miller goes third, and I say Miller also goes first.
Yeah, they put a lot of pressure on us there. It's smart, get the leadoff hitter on, make us feel the bunt. It's cold out there, hands are cold, get the body moving, and yeah, we couldn't field it. So it's going to be a tough play at first. I don't know if they're going to rule that a hit or an error, but good fundamental baseball there by Mount Vernon. Now we're in a tough situation, first and third. So these are the situations you don't want to be in, and we'll see what they do here. Oftentimes, this could be a safety squeeze where you try to lay down a bunt down the first base side. The runner at third will read the ball, and he might make a decision to go home if he has it. But at the end of the day, the worst thing that can happen is if you get the bunt down, you get that runner to second with only one out. And this guy does look like he has speed, so we'll see what they do.
Cameron Miller at the plate, lefty, although Gorman tries a pickoff attempt at first. Sorry, Toby Walker. I have two names in front of my face, and the wrong one, which is on top.
If I was a betting man, which I have been known to bet a few times on several things, I would say he would lay one down here. So it's about 6-1 odds he does not. Look at that. I should go to the horse track. He just tried to lay one down.
Well, I mean, they've been successful so far, and towards the end of the lineup, you might get more coverage out of it. 1-0 the count to Walker. Again, runners in the corners, the brother Millers. Bunt laid down, foul.
It was a close, another one of those bunts. I mean, it hit him in the box once again, and it was close, but it's smart baseball. It's what they need to do. With one strike here, they're probably going to do the exact same thing. Coach has given the signs. I haven't picked off the signs quite yet. It typically takes me till about the fourth inning to get those, and I do my best to relay those down to the team, So coach has got to be mixing it up. So we'll see what they do here. First and third, nobody out, and I would imagine he's probably going to put down another bunt, but we'll see.
Well, he might not get the chance if Gorman ever pitches home. Second pickoff attempt for Gorman. Goes home finally on the inside.
Yeah, plunks him. So not what you wanted to do there. So he's going to load the bases, and it's tough. Bases loaded, nobody out, and at least we know they're not going to bunt here. So squared around. It looks like he got him on the back of the hand. So he's kind of holding his left wrist a little bit.
Seems to be okay either way. He's shaking it off. In this weather, anything hitting any body part will sting a little bit more than it should. And with, like you said, bases loaded, it's top of the order with Nick Moser up to the plate, and that's not someone you want at the plate right now if the bases are going to be loaded.
And they got the infield in here with nobody out in the top of the third inning. So coach is obviously realizing this is going to be a low-scoring game with the wind. So we're going to see if we can cut this runner off at the plate. Squeeze! Unbelievable. Woo!
Strobel.
Wow, they were all moving on that one. I don't think anybody saw that one coming.
No, that was definitely last-second decision.
So bases loaded squeeze with nobody out in the top of the third inning. What batters hit him?
Oh, we're top of the lineup again.
Yeah, I guess 4 people missed a sign. I don't know if that makes a whole lot of sense to me. A bases loaded squeeze with nobody out with a leadoff hitter up. I don't know, but hey, nobody saw it coming. Infield's in now. The corners have been drawn in, so we're going to see what they do here. Corners are way in.
Calls time.
You seen that before? Bases loaded squeeze with nobody out in the top of the third inning or the top of the order?
Not in that particular order, no. I mean, I've seen some weird plays with Brad out on the base paths, but nothing on the receiving end.
It's getting us thinking, though. The infield's all moving around, so I don't think there's going to be a chance he's going to be bunting here, but we'll see. You never know.
He may try it again. A few pitches down the line if he doesn't get anything he likes.
Squeeze again, and he gets it down. Look at that. Oh, my gosh, he's going home.
You draw 2 runners. Looking for a third. Molson rocketing home to Strobel, unable to land a tag down, goes third to Wilson, safe at third. So he will bring around both Millers. Walker and Mosier will reach to third.
Well, the Mount Vernon coach is a lot smarter than I am because that was one of the most beautiful baseball plays I've ever seen. So resetting the scene there. We had bases loaded, nobody out. Every runner is moving. He lays it down to the pitcher, and I think their strategy there is the guy from second is literally going to try to score from second. So they had some wheels on second, so that was the intention the entire time, is to literally try to lay a bunt down and get the guy to score all the way from second base. It really wasn't to get that guy from third to score. It was to get the guy from second to score, and it was beautiful. And what we did there is we threw it away. The batter ended up making it on third. All 3 runners scored, so maybe 1 RBI there and an error and a couple runners that score that shouldn't have, but it was tough, and that's the pressure. You put pressures on teams, and they can make mistakes. So we got to see if we can get out of this. We got guy on third here, nobody out, but that was a beautiful play. It was fun for a baseball fan to watch something like that.
Especially at the collegiate level, too. It will be Gorman with the pitch.
Squeeze.
Trying to score in Moser, does, getting out at first, however.
And now I'm just getting frustrated. I mean, another squeeze. It's like the most helpless play you can ever be in. There's nothing you can do about it. If it's executed right, the other team can't stop you, which that's cool, and that's what you got to worry about is execution.
Jake Glover up to the plate. Last time he was at the plate, popped out to Molson at second base. Take pitch number 1, pops it Sky. It's Longacre coming in to grab. And almost underneath it was Owens. However, he drops the ball.
Yeah, that win, the shortstop kind of gave up on it a little bit for the Leafs, but that ball was getting pushed back into the infield, and left fielder couldn't quite get there. So it's unfortunate. But yeah, just going back to that Mount Vernon suicide squeeze 2 times in a row. I mean, it's just such a beautiful play, and it's really cool to see that. Some of my worst memories as a baseball player, I remember pitching and giving up 2 back-to-back. And although that was, I think, 12, 24, 36 years ago, it still keeps me up at night. I still tell my wife about it. And I'm in counseling to get over it, but there's nothing worse than having a suicide squeeze, really done right against you.
Inside pitch, and that's ball 1 for Myers. So Glover out on second, and Myers facing 1 on and 1 out. Gorman down the middle, and that's the 1-1 count. Looking over his shoulder, taking a look at second, throwing home. Fouled back again, the 1-2.
Throws that baseball. He didn't like that one. It's just going to be put right back into the umpire's pocket here in about 30 seconds. It's just kind of more of a superstitious thing. In the big leagues, they don't like the baseball. They throw it out. They sell it in the pro shop for $100 to make a kid happy. But at Goshen, we put that one back in the mix.
Strobel blocking it up in the dirt, the 2-2 count. Wild inning so far in the third as Mount Vernon takes the lead over the Maple Leafs 4-0. Again, 1 out, 1 on in scoring position. Gorman throwing home, pops to Sky. McGuire looking to chase.
Oh.
Ooh.
So McGuire ran straight into the fence there. He's getting up, so he looks like he's all right. And Strobel gave him notice. He was yelling. They're laughing about it now. Strobel might need to buy him a 6-piece chicken nugget later after the game because he's hurting and You know, I would have minded a little bit more of a notice about the fence there. But he was running that wind. I mean, that wind just took the thing all the way out of play. So we'll see. But he looks like he's okay. He's a tough kid.
When he went nose first into a chain link fence, it's got to hurt.
Yeah, he shaved that mullet, too. If he would have had that mullet, it would have gave him some cushioning. So maybe he'll grow that back, you know?
Maybe grow a beard to help it out with.
That would help.
Gorman with the pitch. 2-2 the count. 1 out, 1 on. Engages. Throws home and breaks a little too early and draws a full count. Myers able to reach on a walk last time he was at the plate in the second inning. He will drive that past Wilson, moving himself into first, and Glover third.
Yeah, good piece of hitting. Went down and got that one. So, you know, not a terrible pitch. And those are the ones that get the pitchers really frustrated when they make their good pitch and the hitter hits it. You know, I was watching the couple games the other night. You had Manny Machado for the Padres, Ronald Acuna for the Braves. I mean, the pitchers make great pitches and the hitters them out, and that's what good hitters do. And that's how you get into pitchers' heads when they execute and you execute. So, you know, got to tip your hat there and you got to bear down. And we're looking for a ground ball here, right to somebody up the middle here, and see if we can turn one.
At the same time, it's Pearl up to the plate, the designated hitter.
Now this is where they're probably going to do that safety squeeze. So you got one strike on the hitter, first and third, and this is one of those weird situations where it looks like the hitter, being a left-handed hitter, is going to try to pull it with him as he runs down first base. So he's going to have a better chance to beat it out because he's a little bit quicker to the base, and we're going to see. So once again, if I was a betting man, which I typically am, I would probably put money that he is going to lay one down here. What do you think, Laura? Think he's going to try to put one down?
Well, I mean, just based off of this inning, yeah.
Yeah, they're putting the pressure on us, so we'll see. Could also fake the bunt and just do the steal. We'll see.
Well, he was part of the double play last time he was at the plate, so kind of taking precaution with his hitting and seeing if he can get anything going.
Yep, he squared, but it was a ball, so good job getting that one back by the hitter. And looks like he's going to try to lay one down here and put some more pressure on us.
Plus, you have 2 more outs on your plate before you end out the inning, so potential sacrifice. Stolen base, tagged down, and he's out as it goes from Strobel to Molson.
Fantastic play there by the Leafs, and I mean, I think that was the play. So what they did there was they set us up that we were going to bunt, hoping the infielders would move around a little bit. We'd be out of position. We maintained our position. The batter did not lay one down. Pulled it back. We threw him out at second. The runner didn't score from third. So you can't execute a play better than that for the Leafs. And it was great baseball all around. It's exactly what you wanted to do for Mount Vernon, but we executed.
Strobel looking on the corner for that pitch. Finds it outside and the 3-1. Strobel traditionally liking to call things down the middle as that one gets popped foul and drawing the full count to Pearl.
Laura, I had a feeling they were going to do that. They weren't going to lay one down. They were just going to steal, and I couldn't enter my Tony Romo type play calling ability. I had it in my head, but I just couldn't say it, you know?
Well, when you have only 1 out and you've one in scoring position, and especially only 90 feet away, the potential to play one down, especially throughout the rest of the inning that we've seen that going down, it kind of stacks up that way.
Now batting, Aaron Saul.
Finds the walk, and Aaron Saul will be the 9th batter at the plate in the 3rd inning for Mount Vernon. Saul flew out to Ben Longacre in center in the 2nd inning. On deck, Brant Miller, and in the hole, Cameron Miller, should the Cougars bat around. Inside, and ball 1.
Laura, are you a Nike fan, Reebok fan, New Balance? What's your kind of baseball type equipment you like to use? Or see others use?
I really don't have a particular. It's just kind of aesthetically pleasing, whichever one is. I'm not a brand person, per se.
There you go. Good play there by Colby to get the 3rd out over to first base. So solo roller came up, got that out, and here we are ending the top of the 3rd inning. Mount Vernon 4, Goshen 0.
We're going to take a quick break, come back for bottom of the third. You want to keep it locked on 91 The Globe and the GoLeafs live stream. On the Globe, the GoLeafs live stream. Bottom of the third with Mawson, Longacre, and Strobel due up for Goshen. Reminder that softball is currently going on as well, and due to no one broadcasting play-by-play in color, the bug that generally shows score, outs, and count is on the primary live stream, and we are here at baseball where we have two amazing broadcasters giving you the count, the score, the innings, and a little bit extra.
Now batting, Ben
Molson, first out of the inning.
Yeah, Colby got jammed on that one a little bit. That kid's a player, though. He'll keep his head up, and he'll make an impact.
That does bring up Longacre to the plate. He flew out into right field last time. And back in the first inning, he'll take strike one cross.
You know, Colby, he reminds me of a kind of a Jason Best type, former Minnesota Twin great, former Goshen College head coach. You know, fiery, throws hard, just gets the job done, doesn't take no for an answer kind of thing. And I think those two might try to reconnect this summer. They got a good baseball team that the Royals that Jason Best leads, and I think it'd be cool to see those two reunite this summer, kind of the new Goshen brand with the old Goshen brand.
I don't know. I quite like the redesign from a few years ago. It's got a lot more 3D pop to the Maple Leaf.
Yeah, no doubt.
Rather than like kind of the spiky stick leaf. May or may not happen. Drive into Klein. Thought he was almost going to squeeze by there, but does not. Going down 6-3. Second out for the Maple Leafs, bringing up Clinton Strobel to the plate. On deck, Wilson, and the hole will be Logan. See if Strobel can get something working like he did last time he was at the plate.
Now batting, Clinton Strobel.
Able to reach. Courtesy runner for this opportunity for Strobel is Krieger.
Here comes Strobel. I love this kid, man. He's such a hustler. I remember watching his first home run. I was down in Atlanta, spring break trip down at Perfect Game Complex, and Strobel's there. I'm with my parents, Bruce and Joy, who are listening in from Georgia. So, hi, Mom and Dad, and thanks for watching. And just wanted to give you a shout out. And yeah, I remember watching that game with them and seeing Strobel go yards. So,
bobbling the ball is Klein. Strobel hustling down to first base, able to somehow make it safe.
Yeah, he's got that hamstring issue. He didn't, he busted it down the line. So the hamstring looked pretty good there. We're going to get the courtesy runner, but he did a good job. I mean, every base runner right now, even with 2 outs, is huge. You never know.
Now batting, the hesitation really worked in Strobel's favor. I mean, like you said, hamstring injury, and then Strobel himself, being a catcher, a little bit heavy on the knees, per se, and unable to get himself going. But like we said earlier on this season, once he starts going, he goes. In the dirt, Krieger holds, and that's the 1-0 count to Wilson.
Wilson's got some power, so I don't know. It'll take a lot to get one out today on a day like today, but we'll see. He could have gap-to-gap power here.
Behind the screen, the 1-1.
Famous Mitches.
Hmm.
Who do you got?
Mitch's.
Mitch from Baywatch, right?
Oh, yeah. He's
You've never seen that show, have you?
I have seen part of it.
It's a good one.
Maybe an episode. Maybe.
Family entertainment back in the
Family.
90s.
Okay. Yeah, the 90s have kind of escaped me. I go more towards Hogan's Heroes, actually.
You weren't even born in the 90s, were you?
I was 96.
96, there you go. 96.
Barely. I'm squeezing by.
Who won the World Series in 96? Any idea? The Evil Empire, New York Yankees.
Oh, Brandon's happy
Game
about
6,
that.
Charlie Hayes, game-winning catch.
Oh, man.
That a baby, get down. Mitch bleeds one out to right field, so there we go. First and second, 2 outs. So exactly what we needed here.
Tanner
Now
Logan
batting,
to the
Tanner
plate.
Logan.
We got Mitch Daniels, former governor, Purdue president. Boiler up.
We could have gone with Mitch Daniels. Yeah. Sorry, I'm an IU fan.
That's all right. I won't hold it against you.
I'm also a Cubs fan, so.
I'm a Cubs fan, too.
Oh, okay, okay.
We're good.
We're on even ground here.
And IU gave us Kyle Schwarber. Thank goodness for Kyle.
True that. IU coming back up in the ranks slowly but surely.
At what sport?
Swimming.
Oh, swimming. Yes.
Yes.
They've always been good at swimming.
Yeah, and they've been down
Yeah.
the past few years.
Yeah.
It's
Soccer.
kinda sad.
Men's
Yes.
soccer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand in soccer why they don't use their hands. Like, why can't they just throw the ball?
That would be football.
I just don't get it. They just run around kicking it. I just pick the thing up and throw it. I'm not quite sure I understand it. But it is a popular sport here at Goshen. And I have been getting into it. So I live in Atlanta, and they got this thing called the Atlanta United MLS. And I went. It's a lot of fun. 50, 60,000 people just jumping around and waving flags. And it was a pretty good time.
Yeah, I've been getting more into volleyball recently, actually.
It's a good sport. It's a lot of fun to watch, too.
I've been calling it the past 2 years, so I suppose that's why. But
Yeah.
at the same time, it's very entertaining, especially the amount of power sometimes shown is just like, wow.
Sure.
Oh, okay then. Excuse me, I don't want to get you mad. 2-1 the count. Logan. A little bit low.
So 4-0 here, Mount Vernon. Bottom of the third inning, 3-1 count. I'd love to split a gap here and see if we can cut this lead in half.
Logan does have some power behind his bat. Well placed balls throughout the season.
He's going to come at him right here. He doesn't want to go 3-2 and then get the runners moving.
Bounce up. Choice going over to third. And cutting off. And unfortunately, that will end the inning for the Maple Leafs off the fielder's choice. So, Maple Leafs still down 4-0. Going to the top of the fourth with both Millers and Walker due up in order. And the bottom of the lineup for the Cougars on 91.1 The Globe and the GoLeafs live stream. GoLeafs live stream 91.1 The Globe as I almost knock our audio board off its little stool for the second time this season. Hopefully not. Brent Miller to the plate, followed by Cameron Miller and Toby Walker. Very aggressive strike by the umpire for Miller.
A good first pitch strike there, breaking ball. Looks like he was going to lay one down. That infielder's way in now.
Again, broke a little early. That's about the third time we've seen that pitch. from Gorman going into his 4th inning of work. The 1-1 count to Brent. Over the head of Gorman, Maulson able to pick it up.
Good little poke there off the end of the bat, but Colby's there. And what I like about Colby is as a second baseman,
Now batting.
he doesn't really
Cameron
model
Miller.
his game after the great Chuck Knobloch. Remember him? I tell you, Colby's the most accurate thrower I know, and I just remember back in the day. Remember Chuck? He just couldn't figure out a way to throw it from second to first without throwing it, air mailing it into the dugout. Or I think I remember fans had to wear helmets when Chuck Knobloch was playing second base because they were afraid they were going to get hit by the ball if they hit a ground ball to Chuck. So Colby has it under control out there at second.
Bontrager trying to come in, but it's been foul territory.
I think Chuck Knobloch was on that '96 Yankees team when you were born.
I missed him by a few years.
You did. Chuck Knobloch, Charlie Hayes. Oh, man. Obviously, Jeter was on that team. Rivera. No, actually, Rivera wasn't. Maybe John Wetland.
Ooh, another strike, the 1-2. Great baseball history slipping right through my fingers
There
as
you
I
go.
can't remember physically.
We'll bring some up in the early 2000s for you. So ground ball to first there. So 2 up, 2 down for the Leafs. That's really good.
Now batting. Toby Walker.
Toby Walker to the plate. Hit by pitch last time he was at the plate. Also, one of the 4 runs scored in by the Cougars in the 3rd inning. Cougars almost batted around entirely last time they were up. He'll take the 0-1 count.
Strike 1, strike 2. Exactly what we need here. Get ahead, stay ahead, knees in corners. That's where we got to go, and that's what he's done here. So it's really settling in. Just that one inning where they got some funky things going that really kind of got us out of our rhythm. But outside of that, he's been pitching really well. So 1-2, 2 outs here. Let's see if we can get these guys in the dugout.
The 1-2 count. Seeing if Walker would chase on that, but he doesn't. He'll take the next pitch, pop it foul to reset the 1-2.
That's got to be a strike. Everybody was walking to the dugout there, and he really wanted that one. But I guess he's going to have to throw it right over the middle of the plate because that one was half an inch off the middle of the plate, belt high, right at the belt.
Again on the outside, seeing if he'll go after it. The 3-2 now. 2 outs, no on for Walker at the bottom of the order. He'll take the walk. That was the same pitch we saw, just a little outside, I suppose.
Now batting. Nick Moser.
Yeah, he's getting squeezed a little bit there. You love to get those calls to the pitcher as a hitter. You're battling, but we'll see here. I would imagine the runner could be in motion here with 2 outs. He looks like he's fast over there. He's 5'7", so if he's not fast, he has more problems.
Underneath the umpire's legs, Maulson to McGuire, and that's the 3rd out of the inning, going down 4-3.
Put the runner in motion there. That ball gets through the hole, but what do I know? The only thing I've ever coached is, actually, I've never coached anything. My wife coaches me to do the dishes every night, though, and I'm getting better at it, Laura.
Hey,
Yeah.
practice makes perfect,
There
right?
you go.
Just like cooking. In any case, McGuire, Grooms, Bontrager due up as Maple Leafs still trail the Cougars 4-0 on 91.1 The Globe. It's the GoLeafs live stream. On 91.1 The Globe, the GoLeafs live stream. Maple Leafs at the plate as we go to the bottom of the fourth. It's McGuire driving it down over to Klein at shortstop. Routine ground out, 6-3.
Hey, jumping on that first pitch. Looks like it was off speed off the corner, but Cody's an aggressive guy, and you don't fault that. He's looking for a pitch in one location, and he got it. It looks like he just missed it. He was probably sitting on a curveball there and just missed it. So we're going to see if we can get something going here. I mean, we're out hitting them right now. They have 3 hits. We have 1 hit. We just have a couple errors. Just that one tough inning.
You know, all it takes is one tough inning to make or break it. And it being early in the game, meaning a lot of ball left to play, and it'll be Grooms to the plate. He's got the 1-1 count.
Yeah, I like that we're playing 9 innings. You know, these conference games, you play 2 9s and a 7. Early on in this league, it used to be 2 7s apiece. Now, that was nice. Coach Childers' first year. Oh, man, it was a rough one. And he took over a program that was really looking pretty bleak at the time. And that first year, we were like, let's play 3-inning games because they could beat anybody for 3 innings. But by about the 5th inning, the wheels fell off the bus.
Grooms pops it up. Underneath it is somebody. That somebody is Miller. As everyone is kind of staring into the sky there.
Yeah, I remember you're just watching the team back in the day. This is 6, 7 years ago, and you're just waiting for that one big inning because that's what it took.
Now batting, Austin Bontrager.
Maple Leafs seem, at least this season, coming alive in the latter half innings, at least the 7, 8, 9 in the 9s, and then 6, 7 in the 7th inning. But
it's been unbelievable what Coach Childers has been able to do here at Goshen from his first year, 4 wins, to the last few years qualifying for the conference tournament, winning conference tournament games, and Coach of the Year a couple of years ago, which was really cool for Goshen College. So he's doing all the right things here. It's been really cool to see this program turn around and really thrive.
Bontrager hits it over to right field. Walker, and he'll go up 3 down.
That was like a 6-pitch inning. I'm going to have to call the restaurant and move up my dinner reservations. I mean, this is unbelievable. We're jumping on the pitches, but I'll have to call Ruth Chris and let him know I'll be in a little bit early, I guess, if we're going to keep doing this. But here we go. So end of the 4th inning. Leafs are down 4-0.
Looks like Klein, Glover, and Myers are going to be up for the Cougars. You want to keep it locked. A lot of baseball left on 91.1 The Globe and the GoLeafs live stream. Top of the 5th inning. It's 91 on the Globe. The GoLeafs live stream. Chris Klein up to the plate. Struck out once and was part of a fielder's choice the other time he was up at the plate. Batting .344 this season. He'll take strike 1 against Gorman. Going into his 5th inning of work. I think the longest we've seen Gorman is go into 7 and a 9. From his starting, he'll take the 1-1 from Klein. Checks the swing.
Yeah, umpire called that one at the plate. You got to ask for help on that one, but hey, we'll take it.
2-1 the count. Strobel to block it up in the dirt. Knotted up at 2-2.
Strobel's a workhorse back there. About to graduate in a couple weeks. It's going to be really exciting. Going to go down and take a look at an opportunity in Atlanta. I was talking to him before the game. He's really excited about working potentially with some baseball academies down there. He just loves the game of baseball, so he's going to try to do whatever he can to stick around it. So really good kid, bright future as we get the first guy out on strikes.
Now batting,
It's
Jake
definitely going to
Glover.
be interesting looking at Kotecki and Strobel and where they end up in their careers as they take off in actually next weekend officially is when commencement is, and then if you're sticking around for May term, you get to 22nd is the official day that classes end. So either one or the other.
Yeah, Kyle's developed a lot over the first 4 years. I remember, his freshman year, he had some rough outings, and sometimes when you put him on the mound, you'd rather pray for rain than watch him pitch. But I tell you what, man, that kid has developed so well, and I'm so proud of that guy. He's done a fantastic job, one of our top lefties out of the bullpen. And it just shows you wherever you are today, it doesn't mean that's where you're going to be if you put in the time, energy, and effort. And Kyle's been dedicated and has done a fantastic job, so he's a big part of this program.
He was actually able to improve, I believe, coming into his junior year. Played summer ball with actually Bull.
Yeah, yeah.
Bull was able to go out and catch him all summer. I know they developed a pretty close bond between pitcher and catcher over that summer, and has since moved out into his senior year.
Yeah. Yeah, Kyle kind of reminds me of like a left-handed Sid Bream. I don't know if you remember Sid Bream, the old Atlanta Braves star. So, yeah, if Sid Bream was, about a foot and a half shorter, threw left-handed and pitched, that would be Kyle Kotecki.
Except for Koteki's arm scares me every time he goes up to the mound.
Yeah, we need to call New York on that. Looks like he missed another check swing, but I don't think you can even call New York to do instant replay on check swings, can you?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, physically, we can call New York. I don't know if
Do you know anybody in New York we can call?
not in New York City.
Okay.
We can get Connecticut.
There you go. What is your thought on instant replay in big league baseball?
I think it helps and it hurts. It depends on the situation. There's I have a problem across more so in football than I do baseball. I think it's more abused in football than baseball.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
1-1 the count. It's Myers to the plate. He'll pop it over McGuire as he tries to dive for it. Reaching over to third. That'll leave runners on the corners.
Here we are again, first and third, nobody out. So we're going to see what Mount Vernon puts on here. Hopefully we can learn our lesson from that third inning where they did several different weird, crazy things that a baseball fan loves to see. They pulled off that suicide squeeze with the bases loaded with all the runners in motion. They scored 3 runs on a bunt. So we're back in that situation, another left-handed hitter up, and the coach is going down there with his signs. And once again, I would say they're going to probably try to lay down a bunt at some sort or do something funky. It looks like it's the exact same situation. Doesn't look like it. This time he took the first pitch. So we're going to see if they put something on here.
Well, it's actually almost an identical situation.
Yeah.
With 1 out, 2 on, runners on the corners. The exact same people on the corners to be, in fact, popped up. Bontrager comes in to make the play.
That was interesting. So he popped up that bunt, and the runner at first wasn't going anywhere. The hitter wasn't running to first. I think Brad Stolfus, you remember Brad?
Oh, I remember Brad.
They need to retire his number. I think they can put it. You see, if you look out to the left-hand side there, past left center, we got our big dorm building, right?
Yeah.
I could see Brad's number and face right on there. Can't you?
Yes.
I can see it. I think that's where we need to retire his number, because what he would have done in that ball, he would have dropped it, threw it to first, got that runner in a rundown, and got him out, and there would have turned 2. And that's where heads-up baseball is really important. It's the little details in this game that sometimes people don't even think about that can go a long way.
Well, knowing Brad, if he was going to be on any sort of bunt-like play, he would be in the dirt, waiting for the bunt to be let down. Strobel blocking it up in the dirt. The 0-2 count to Saul. Actually, speaking of Brad, he's been helping out the team a little bit this year. Saw him out as the first base coach early on last weekend, although he does work at Blue Gate. So splitting his time for a little bit of passion coaching, and and playing ball and being over there. Strikeout for Gorman.
Yeah, I was just talking to Brad the other day, and he said he was going to be here tomorrow, but with the rain out, he'll probably come next week. Super solid kid and doing some really good things.
I hope he's here. He's always a smiling face on the field. Owens, Mawson, Longacre due up for the Maple Leafs in the top or the bottom of the fifth. Almost top. Not close enough though. 4-0 Mount Vernon on 91.1 The Globe. The GoLeafs live stream. On the GoLeafs live stream, 91.1 The Globe. We are back for bottom of the fifth. Owens on the plate, or at least next to it. Taking the pitch from Bauman.
So bottom five here, a few more innings left. This is a 9-inning contest, and at least got to get something going here. This pitcher has done his job. Veal has been getting it over the middle and doing his thing. So this umpire is kind of like a retro Eric Gregg. I remember back in the '97 NLCS, Eric Gregg was given about 24 inches off the outside corner to Levon Hernandez, and we got a similar strike zone today.
24 inches?
About. I think it was big. You have to go back and watch the replay. You were born the year before, Laura, so you were 1 years old. But go back and watch it. It was pretty impressive.
Well, I mean, we got YouTube, so I'll definitely be able to find it.
It exists. They did have cameras back then.
Shockingly enough.
Yeah. And Veal Veal's powerful, but he's also very smooth out there. He's got the flow, so he's kind of like a Noah Syndergaard, Bartolo Colon mix, would you say?
Yeah. Oh, line behind him. Owens almost hitting him there. Close call, but he will have a classic 4-3 out. If my eyes don't deceive me, it will be Mawson back to the plate. I feel like we're calling his name every other time. And virtually we are. Every other inning.
Let's get back to this pitcher's hairdo. I was watching Noah Syndergaard the other day. He had a ponytail in, pitching.
He had a ponytail? What?
He had a side ponytail under his baseball cap pitching.
Classy.
Throwing 100 mile an hour.
Beautiful.
Well, this guy's got a mullet throwing 74 mile an hour, so he's not nearly as cool.
He's getting there, though.
Yeah, I mean, he's throwing a good game. He's only given up 4 hits. He's keeping us at bay, and he's definitely not Noah Syndergaard. He's probably not a Bartolo Colon. He's probably in the middle, kind of like I don't know who you'd say here. I'll have to think about it.
Another 4-3 for Mawson. Needs to grow his mullet a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's kind of short.
It's it's kind of like a Pedro Martinez kind of haircut, kind of curly.
Yeah.
Real greasy. So probably, like Pedro Martinez. There's got to be somebody else in that pitching style. Maybe a Rob Dibble from the Reds. Yeah. Looks like a Rob Dibble, Pedro Martinez mix.
Longacre pops a foul.
I remember Rob, they made a bet spring training one year if he was an announcer, former player, but he said if I don't even know who it was, Tampa Bay Rays made the World Series, he would run through Times Square in a Speedo.
Ooh, yes.
And he did it.
Good on him.
There was nobody there to watch. They publicized it on New York TV prior, and everybody stayed home that day. The governor declared a national emergency for the city of New York, and everybody stayed at home. There was just Rob Dibble running around in a Speedo.
Popped up. Longacre traveling to first, although it will be Who is it? Walker out there coming in to grab. 3 up, 3 down for the Maple Leafs. Quick inning for so far. We go to the top of the 6th, due up again. It seems like we're just having the exact same order. Both the Miller and Walker as the same as the 4th and the same as the 3rd. Keep it locked at 91 on the Globe, the GoLeafs live stream. GoLeafs live stream, 91 on the Globe. Brant Miller on the plate for the Cougars in the top of the 6th. He'll take strike 1 against Gorman in his 6th inning of work.
Strike 1, strike 2. That's exactly what we needed. He's got all of his pitches working today. He has 4 of them. He's been using them all and mixing them up pretty consistently. Strike 1, strike 2, getting ahead of these hitters. So he's pitching a great game. Only have 4 hits given up through 5. That's what Coach Grubb said. He's got to have at least 3 pitches working. He's got all 4 working today. Really only a couple singles here or there is all that he's really given up. Just that tough inning in the top of the 3rd where they scored 3 on a suicide squeeze bunt. But outside of that, he's been pitching great.
Swing and a miss, and that's the 3rd strikeout. 4th strikeout. 1, 2, 3. 5th. Definitely the 5th for Gorman. Looks to be Kyle Stalegrave in the bullpen for the Maple Leafs. We'll see if he comes on in this inning. And just a little bit of warming up. Pops it out into right field, and Groom's getting some work out there.
Yeah, Kyle's just lightly tossing down there in the bullpen, has his jacket on, so I don't think he'll be coming in this inning unless a lot of things happen here.
Now batting.
Well, with 2 up, 2 down, that does bring up Toby Walker, so should he move on, it'll be rounding top of the lineup with Mosier, Klein, and Glover. Down the middle, taking strike 1.
Well, we're going to get to dinner early. Strike 1, strike 2, everybody's swinging the bat. I mean, this game's flying by.
Dinner sounds good, yeah.
What's your plans?
I don't know yet.
Yeah.
I will figure that out once I pack up and leave.
Yeah. I wasn't asking you out to dinner.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. I appreciate it, but no, I'm good.
I'm married.
I know.
Yeah.
You see, I'm married to the Globe, so
That's it.
yeah. There's no leaving.
I was married to the Chicago Cubs for years, and then once we finally won that World Series, I realized I could then go now find a lady to marry.
I feel that.
2 days later, I was engaged. 45 days later, I was married. True story.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I was with Coach Childers actually in Game 7, and a good friend Daniel Burkhart, who I believe is listening in Cherubusco, Indiana, and I had a one-way ticket to Mexico if we lost, but thankfully we won.
We all think that they won.
You ever been to Tijuana?
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't want to go, but it's a good thing that Kyle Schwarber led off that inning with a hit, and we got those runs, because I didn't want to go to Tijuana.
Kind of happy for that rain delay, too, in Game 7.
Absolutely.
Wilson throwing over to McGuire. McGuire diving to try and catch it. Strobel back to Mawson with the tag down. Also unable to pick up the ball. I can't necessarily say if he dropped it or not, but in any case, he goes over to second.
Yeah, it was a tough play up the middle. He overthrew first. Strobel did a great job backing up, tried to throw it to Colby. The throw was a little bit offline, and he slid in there. Kid's fast. He's a player.
That will bring up top of the order and Nick Mosier to the plate. We've seen plenty of action from him this afternoon. Struck out, grounded out, and able to reach and come around once. Strobel throwing over to Wilson at second base as he covers the bag. Bobbling around, but no tag down.
I tell you, all these teams these days, they're looking at all these analytics, and you can bunt here, you can't bunt here. Well, in the big leagues, they never bunt. And really, if you look at it, it says don't sacrifice bunt, don't steal. Mount Vernon's doing a lot of that today. They're mixing it up, and on these days with the wind blowing in, they're keeping us on our toes.
Gorman stepping off. Looking for the pitch is Mosier. Again, he's facing two off. One on.
See if we can get out of this 2-0. He could be pitching around the hitter here. McGuire's in at first. Not quite sure why.
Well, with the amount of bunts, McGuire's probably playing it safe at this point. Again, almost trying to hit off the umpire here. McGuire going back to first.
And a baby.
Thankfully, McGuire able to make the catch. A little bit of stretch there going down at 6-3. That'll be third out of the inning. Maple Leafs due up. Strobel, Wilson, Logan on 901 The Globe. Maple Leafs still trail 4-0. Keep it locked on the GoLeafs live stream.
Strobel.
901 The Globe, the GoLeafs live stream. Clinton Strobel up to the plate. Takes a jab at it, tipped it foul, and that's the 0-1 count. Again, Wilson on deck, Logan in the hole for Goshen. Pops it up. Mosier moving over right, and he calls him back, and Walker will be waiting underneath it.
Just got a press release here. Former Goshen College baseball player Brandon Vyers said, let's see, NL Cy Young winner Jacob deGrom is on his way to New York. He's got a barking elbow. What does that mean? He has a dog in his elbow? Is the elbow really barking? What does that mean, you think?
Squeaking?
Squeaking. Never heard of an elbow squeaking. That's interesting.
Well, Brandon and I were talking about this a few weeks ago about a few different injuries and how when stuff kind of swells up a little bit,
Yes.
you can kind of push it down and it kind of almost like squeaks like a floorboard. So maybe he's experiencing some sort of pain and old creaky bones.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know why it would bark though, but squeak maybe.
Interesting. Barking. Shout out to Coach Childers' dog, Theo, at home. Coach Childers named his dog Theo after Theo Epstein, former or current Chicago Cub president. Thank you, Theo, and thank you, Theo. hopefully Theo's at home and not tearing up anything at home. So when we get back there, everything's going good. So he's a little bit of trouble from time to time.
Well, I mean, the Cubs win the World Series, then there's a
Yep.
little bit of trouble, but
Yep.
an
Oh
adorable
no,
dog.
I'm talking. Yeah, I'm talking about the dog.
Oh,
Theo
I know.
Epstein's cool. Yeah,
Aw.
it's the dog that's a little rascal.
Now
Mitchell
batting,
Wilson
Tanner
will
Logan.
reach, bringing up Tanner Logan to the plate.
I do feel bad for Theo the dog. Coach just got a new little baby named Addison.
Oh,
Addison, Waveland and
yeah.
Addison. Addison
Mm-hmm.
Street or whatever where the Cubbies play, and Theo's kind of on the back burner. Addison's the new family kind of favorite.
Poor Theo.
Yeah, he's doing okay though.
He probably loves having her around, though.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Addison was in Texas this week, and Coach Chiller's got a lot of stuff done for the program this week. So we're really expecting big things here through the rest of this game. But yeah, we'll see.
Well, definitely warmer there than it is here, so. Oh well. 2-0 the count.
Are you a pet person?
I am. I had a cat at home. My brother has currently lodged his cat at our home a while back, named Bernoulli, after Bernoulli's principal. He was an aerospace engineer out at Notre Dame.
Oh, nice.
Has since
Notre Dame, what is that?
the school.
One of the junior colleges around here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's currently deployed, so
Oh, okay.
flying F-15Es.
Oh, wow. Impressive.
Mm-hmm. So we have the cat
There you go.
for the next few months. So nice to have the cat. Although having him not in the country is, I
Yeah.
don't like it, but it's okay.
He's got to take care of us. He's doing his job.
Yeah. Logan also reaches, moving Wilson up to second off the walk and bringing up McGuire.
All right, we got something cooking here. What do you think? 2 people on, 1 out. Cody McGuire up. Let's put a gap here and make this a ball game. I've had pent up energy for about 12 hours looking forward to this. Haven't scored in the first 6 innings, so let's see if we can push a couple across the plate.
Well, McGuire flew out and grounded out last 2 times he was at the plate, so making solid contact. Let's see if he can place it well this time. Almost feel like waiting for the wind on that as it guts across the plate, and there goes the 0-2.
Yeah, 2 good pitches. I mean, he painted the inside corner. Probably even a little tight for Cody to swing at that one. He just painted the outside corner. Good pitch in here. So we got a battle.
McGuire waiting for the next pitch from Bauman. Behind the screen, and the reset of the 0-2.
He's pitching well. I mean, he is. He just went outside, inside, and then inside again, and he's trying to jam him. So I would expect probably something in the dirt here. But you got 2 guys on, so we might not want to mess around. He could elevate the heater, or he could throw something off speed, maybe outside is what I would be thinking. Off speed and outside. Yeah, good eye there, and you got to trust your catcher on something like that. You got 2 people on base. It takes a lot of guts to throw a 58-footer in the dirt. It was the right pitch. With guys on base, it was either that or something else. I would imagine now he's probably trying to set him up for something hard in.
McGuire looking for the pitch, receives down the middle. We're going for the double play, or the Cougars able to get so.
Well, rally killer. That's all right. We got three more innings left, and after the end of 6, Mount Vernon 4, Goshen 0.
It's 91 on the Globe and the GoLeafs live stream. on the GoLeafs live stream, 91-1 the Globe. Kyle Stalegrave at the plate for, or not the plate, the mound for the Maple Leafs. Not that close to the plate I hoped for. Cade Gorman comes out with 6 innings pitched, 4 runs, 4 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 3 walks, as it was Klein trying to nail it over the wall, but drives it foul. Stalegrave coming in for top of the 7th, as popped up. There's McGuire needing the bag.
1 up and 1 down. Way to come in and throw strikes, Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
Now batting, Jake Glover.
Jake Glover to the plate. Stalegrave, one of the few pitchers on the Maple Leaf squad that likes to get set extremely early and just kind of wait it out. Him and Molson are the two that I think of the most when it comes to quick sets before going back to pitching. The 1-0 count. Inside corner and the 1-1.
Yeah, you definitely like as a fielder these pitchers that can work fast, especially with the weather as cold as it is.
Popped up and McGuire to the bag again, and 2 up, 2 down for the Cougars, bringing up Ashton Myers.
Throwing that curveball and keeping it at the knees, and the guys are just topping it and getting it over, and
Now batting,
a couple
Ashton
easy outs.
Myers.
Let's keep this guy off base. This guy's been on base every single time, so let's see if we can get out of this inning, get back in there, and swing some bats.
Stalegrave, down the middle.
This guy reminds me of former Met great Benny Agbayani, 2000 New York Mets.
That's a name.
He wasn't great. He was from Hawaii, and he was not very good. But he had a really good name, and that's why they remember him. But they did make the World Series that year. I believe lost in the Subway Series to the Yankees.
I mean, Stalegrave's got a great goatee. If that makes any difference.
Yeah, why would that? Why would that be good? Yeah. I mean, it does look good. It does look good. Goatees are in.
Apparently.
Yeah.
So I've been told.
Yeah. These kids these days, they'd rather have mustaches than goatees.
Why?
Laura, I got to tell you something. I was on ratemymustache.com in college. I had a 7.5 rating, ratemymustache.com. There was literally a website, and I put it on there. I was great. It was fantastic. Didn't turn out to be anything.
I think Professor Dwayne Stolzfus needs to do that.
Look at that. 3 up and 3 down for the Leafs. Going into the bottom of the 7th, it is time to sing. And I don't know, Laura, should we keep him here while I sing? Take me out to the ball game?
You're more than welcome to.
All right. Well, this is what I will do, folks. A little bit of a business opportunity. As you guys see, we typically go off the air, and then it's just blank nothing. No noise, no nothing. So we need money. It's our goal to have actually a blimp for Goshen College that kind of flies around.
I like this idea.
Promotes local businesses. So maybe if you're call it Guy in the Corner Tickets or Midas or Nike, maybe you could throw us some money. We can put your advertisements on in between innings. We can take that money, buy blimps, buses, a drone.
We can do the drone fleet.
I kind of want this program to be like what Snoop Dogg did for his football team. He had that 8-year-old Pee Wee football team, and they roll in on the bus and big leaguers, big time, and that'd be really cool to do. So if you're a business owner out there, entrepreneur, just have millions to blow, please send it our way. We can put your advertisements on, in between innings, and you guys can have a good time, get some publicity, and you can't take it with you, folks. I mean, at the end of the day, when you're 6 feet under, you can't take your money with you. So donate it to us, send it out. And we can start giving you some press and helping the college team. What do you think, Laura?
We could, have a few new trees that are nice and full, add to the beauty of the park while having the blimp kind of rotate around and the drones.
Why are there trees Did a couple trees fall down out there in center field?
Yeah, I think so.
Man, we got to get those replaced. It's a nice looking batter eye, but I just noticed that we got a couple trees that are missing out there.
A few branches as well. It's Grooms grounding out 5-3 to start off the inning for the Maple Leafs.
Yeah, those trees took a number. I remember back in 2005 when we were playing here and I was playing, and yeah, that field was 365. So I don't know if they planted new trees or just moved them or whatever. But yeah, we can definitely use those new funds to buy some new trees out there as well. So please send it our way.
Maybe a parking lot cover, so foul balls and home runs don't break any more windows. Popped out and to right, and Walker underneath it. That's 2 up, 2 down for Goshen.
Another quick inning here for the Leafs. This guy has been dealing and doing his job.
Now
And Laura,
batting, Bailey
I actually
Owens.
kind of appreciate cars getting hit by foul balls. I mean, it's kind of fun to watch.
It is very fun,
It's entertaining.
except for when it's your car.
Yeah. I don't really have a car in Indiana. I just kind of, just hitchhike from place to place, and
Fair
that's the
enough.
key.
Fair
You
enough.
don't really want to own anything, if you think about it. Owning stuff is kind of like, it's kind of a
Responsibility.
pain in the butt,
Yeah.
You'd
Yeah.
rather have other
Pitching for
people
Maple
own it.
Leafs,
You just get to
Bryce
use it.
Schofield.
Yeah, like our gear. I don't own it.
Yeah.
It'd be also more than my tuition at this point if I broke it.
There you go.
So, I will take nice care of it. And thankfully, we have glass in front of our faces and then a screen in front of that. So we have almost virtually nothing that could break it. And I'm about to jinx myself on that.
We got a pitch hitter here. Who is this?
It looks to be Brighton Schofield.
Yeah, Brighton. Come on, Brighton.
I'll take strike 1.
I was talking to Brighton before the game around the cage, and he was eating some Pop-Tarts. So strawberry Pop-Tarts with frosting is his favorite thing to eat before the game.
You would think a player would be full after I saw him just a few hours ago, eating at West Lawn. We had a nice chat, but
Westlawn's the rot? Yeah, he says it wasn't up to snuff today.
no, it wasn't. It did accommodate for Good Friday, thankfully.
Good.
Had a fish and hush puppies,
Oh, good.
and some fries and pasta, but fish never fills me up, so
Oh,
quite
fish.
sad.
Okay, yes. Fish being Jesus. Yes. Turned 3 fish into 3,000. Amazing. I was figuring out how to hush puppies and fish deal with Good Friday, but that's good.
And as your resident Catholic,
Yes.
can't eat meat, so
Ah, I gotcha. Okay.
it's one of those days. Full count to Schofield. Thought it was going to be a walk, but unfortunately strikes out. Another, like you said, quick inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Maple Leafs. To the top of the 8th is going to be Peril Saul Miller. Cougars still lead 4-0 on top. Keep it locked. It's 91 on the Globe, the GoLeafs live stream. On 91 on the Globe, the GoLeafs live stream pitching change for the Maple Leafs. Colton Daniel coming on out to the rubber. Salegrave leaves with 1 innings pitched, no runs, no hits, no strikeouts, no walks. First batter up is Pearl.
And that pitching change is brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts. It's actually our first corporate sponsor. They just don't know it yet. So we'll be sending them the invoice, and we'll be negotiating with them in Starbucks.
And Martin's. I'll read it.
Who's your favorite coffee? What would you think?
Homebrewed. Dunkin' Donuts over Starbucks any day of the week.
There you go.
Black coffee only, so got that burnt taste for Starbucks. It just doesn't float my boat. Mm-mm.
So base hit up the middle to lead it off here off of Colton.
That does bring up Aaron Saul to the plate.
I was talking to Colton before the game. He's got family watching and listening in Texas. Alicia and Derek just wanted to say hi to you guys, and that was from Colton. So hope you guys are doing well, and he was thinking about you this morning. Colton's fun to watch. He comes in there and throws the heat. He's also got a pretty good off-speed pitch that keeps hitters honest. But he's all about strike one, strike two, and knees and corners. That's his key. He can blow it by you if he elevates it, but he's been pitching really well this year.
Corey Clark, pinch running out for Pearl. He'll be out at first. Again, Aaron Saul at the plate with the waiting the first pitch from Daniel. Outside corner, and that's strike one.
Yeah, it's a gift from the umpire there. That's a tough pitch to hit, and guys are chirping there. The entire dugout on Mount Vernon chirping, but it's going both ways. You've heard it from both sides. But overall, the umpire's done a pretty good job, though.
Swing and a miss, and Strobel will block it up in the dirt in the 0-2. More of some light chirping in the dugouts, rather than what we saw last weekend. Getting pretty aggressive out there.
Was that the Huntington game?
Mm-hmm. It was a bit tense up here in the press box. We had 2 ball players up here, Cam and then Keegan. We're sitting up here doing scoreboard and taking book with us, so we were definitely feeling the intensity.
Now batting, Brant Miller.
Yeah, Huntington and Goshen are pretty good rivals, and a lot on the line. And these kids try hard and they play hard, so you can't blame them for some of those things.
Miller. Strobel blocking up the dirt, throws it to Molson.
Wow, great throw by Strobel. Good job by Strobel. Got up right away, threw it, one hopper, and a good job by Colby to put down that tag. I mean, he snagged that off the tough hop and ended up right by the base. So, hey, maybe something like that gives us a spark. So, good job there, Strobe.
Brett Miller will still be at the plate with the 1-0 count. Pitch from Daniel.
This hitter going with no batting gloves like Mark Grace back in the day. Couldn't ever believe that. No batting gloves. I'm kind of a sissy, so it makes a lot of sense for me.
We saw early on in the season someone batting with no batting gloves actually had 2 pairs of gloves in his pocket, though.
There you go.
And a beautiful catch out there by Longacre.
Yeah, those guys that have batting gloves in their pockets, not in their hands, first team all accessories. That's what those guys are called. They just, their batting average is 250, but they look the part. So
True that.
That's kind of it. So here we go, heading to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's getting late here for the Leafs. They are trailing 4-0.
Top of the order due up as well with Molson, Longacre, and Strobel. You want to keep it locked. It's the GoLeafs live stream, 91.1 The Globe. 91 on the Globe, the GoLeafs, the live stream. Caleb Bauman comes on out with 7 innings pitched, no runs, 4 hits, 2 strikeouts, and 1 walk. As Adam Goodpaster comes in to the 8th inning for the Huntington.
Get down, ball.
Mount Vernon.
Gosh.
Definitely Mount Vernon. Molson did make some solid contact, although able to come on in just a little too soon on the drop. He'll be flying out. Bringing up Ben Longer to the plate for Goshen.
This might be our best chance here with the heart of the order. You hate to go down 4 in the 9th inning with the bottom of the order. So we got to get see if Ben can get somebody on base here. And we got Strobel coming up. We got some meat back there. So this is our inning. The one thing that Mount Vernon has done is they've been strike 1, strike 2 all day long. It's almost painful to watch how well they have played fundamentally. They have won this game on strike 1, strike 2 from the mound, and that one inning where they just bunted the baseball is where they really took it to us.
I mean, I guess on the bright side, not too many strikeouts from the Maple Leafs. Normally, at least getting contact in some regard. Although, definitely some good plays out there by Mount Vernon. Longacre will reset the 0-2. Looking for a chase, but he draws the 1-2. Still working behind.
Yeah, he's working fast out there, too. I mean, he's not even giving Ben any time to get ready in the box.
Tip foul, the reset, 1-2. Keeping some guys loose in the bullpen, it looks like, for Mount Vernon.
Ground ball to third. Ben's going to hit it off the base and going to make it safely to first base. So a little bit of luck there, and we'll take it. Slow roller to third, hit right off the top of the base. Third baseman couldn't catch it and throw it over on time. So Ben's going to lead off the first inning here, or the bottom of the 8th. One guy on and one out for the Leafs. Coming up to bat now is Strobel, so we'll see if Strobel can keep this going. I mean, this is our best chance here with our main hitters up. So let's see if we can keep getting something going.
Pop back foul. Action also in the Maple Leaf bullpen. Looks like Toby Fox out there starting to keep loose as well. Possibly seeing him next inning, depending. Trying to get some reps in at this point.
Toby
1-1.
Toby reminds me of a former Cub great, Ruben Cavedo, back in the day. I mean, similar build, similar stuff.
And follow again for Strobel with the 1-2.
Doug Wellenreiter down there coaching third base. You would have think about 60 years ago when he was 30 years old, he would have made that play. But you know, he's still doing pretty good out there.
Yeah. He moving from first base to third base in the past few games.
Yeah, I think Coach Chiller's mixed some things up there. Coach obviously typically does third base as the head coach, but good move there. Get Doug, mingled into the action at third, and they're working it out really well.
Strobel again keeping himself alive with the 1-2 count. As Dougie moves from first base to third base recently, Quinlan Armstrong landing himself out as the first base coach when Brad Stolzfus isn't around. Again, foul.
Yeah, Doug's been a fantastic addition to the program, I believe, in his 5th or 6th year now for the team, and he helps Coach Childers out a ton. And, Alex has nothing but good things to say about Doug and Coach Grubbs. I mean, they have a really good, three-headed monster here with, Grubbs taking over pitching, Doug taking over some leadership responsibilities, and the guy throws the best batting practice I've ever seen, and really helps Alex do what he does best.
Well, I've heard also no negative things from the players as well, so definitely keeping a heart close to the team on that. Strobel finally draws the 2-2 after battling it out with the 1-2. Looking for the pitch. It's Goodpaster checking over his shoulder, throwing home, and Strobel again tip it foul with the reset of the 2-2.
We're just missing this guy. Fouling a lot straight back. I mean, Strobel's all over, and we're going to see what he's going to try to mix up here. I wouldn't throw him anything over the plate here. Strobel's all on it. I'm thinking he's going to probably throw one in the dirt or elevate a fastball. Throws one in the dirt and going to get Loninger over to second, which is nice for Strobel. And, you got a 4-run lead here, so you don't want to put Strobel on. So I'd probably come at him. I mean, different situation, you might not throw him a strike, but I would imagine they're going to try to throw one over the plate here. Probably something off speed. Either that or he could have tried to elevate another fastball. We'll see.
I wouldn't want to put Strobel on either with the courtesy runner coming in for him, but Strobel will get hit, and he will take a gander down to first.
See, this drives me nuts here. So Strobel gets hit in the elbow. Okay. The ball is 2 feet inside, and their coach is going to come out here and argue, and it's just kind of childish to me. I mean, this coach, it's like, come on, buddy. I mean, one, it's a ball, and two, he tried to get out of the way. Strobel's in a little bit of pain. Looks like it hit him right on the funny bone, but don't quite understand that. That's just one of those rules that I mean, it's like if you're an umpire, if you're really going to say, hey, strike 3, you got hit by a pitch, you're going to start a war between coaches. Just you're here just to call the game. Don't do anything crazy. Make sure nobody knows who you are when you leave the game. And there's nothing worse than those umpires that say, hey, you're paying money to see me. Cowboy Joe West, he's a Major League Baseball umpire, and that guy just thinks everybody's there to pay him. And,
Yep.
I mean, he's definitely a comedy tour out there, a comedy of errors, because he's probably the worst umpire I've ever seen. But these guys tonight are doing a pretty good job. And these umpires that are these coaches that argue stuff like that don't quite understand it. Got a baby. Base hit right up the middle. Looks like Loninger is going to try to score. He's coming home. They're going to hold him. Uh-oh. We got a run down here between Brighton. This is a mess. I don't even know what to say about that. We got 2 guys standing on third base. They've both been tagged. They picked out which one was out, and that's going to be a rally killer. So that's tough. They stopped Loninger at third. The runner on second tried to go to third. He then got in a pickle, and then one guy was out.
I really don't think Krieger saw that Longacre was held
Krieger
up.
at second?
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't see that, but you got to know as a runner, you're down 4 runs. Doug, rightfully so, stopped him at third base. There's no reason that you're going to try to score a run there down 4. Could have loaded the bases and brought the tying run up, and that was really tough. So you got to be more heads up on the bases at second.
Tanner Logan at the plate takes strike 1.
First pitch was a little bit low. Coaches don't like that one all that much.
Logan popping it back. Probably going to be behind the fences. And that's the 0-2. Krieger, not the smartest of base runners. From the 3 picks of courtesy runners for Strobel and the other catchers as well. Although Schofield is now out in left field, so you're knocking down him as probably the smartest base runner on this team right now.
Yeah, Brighton's a good kid.
Logan, pop back again. Then generally you're going to see more than likely Chase Hunter courtesy run, but he's been not doing that so much in the past few series, actually, which kind of surprised me. But also one of the faster people on the team as well. 0-2 the count to Logan. Swing and a miss, and that'll end out the 8th for the Maple Leafs. Still down 4-0, and going to the top of the 9th. Cameron Miller, Toby Walker, Nick Mosier for Mount Vernon. On 901 on the Globe, the GoLeafs live stream. Pinch hitter for Mount Vernon, Yanni Patton, seeing his first action at the plate this afternoon. Also pitching change for the Maple Leafs as Toby Fox comes in, following Colton Daniel on 1 inning of work.
Yeah, Colton did his job, put up a 0 for the Leafs, and see if he can put up one more 0 and see what happens in the bottom.
Strike on the corner for Patton. Same spot, and that's the 0-2.
Or my energy level's dropping. It's hard right now.
It's
8
1
innings.
inning.
No, what do we got to do here? Put up a 0 and let's score some runs, huh?
3 up, 3 down.
Yeah.
Bases loaded grand slam would be the easiest.
What song do you think we can play in between innings that will really fire us up? I mean, us, like us here, up here. Yeah, and then we got to play one to fire the team up, obviously. But what can we play?
I'm thinking some Panic at the Disco.
Panic? How do you? What is that? I don't know that.
It's banned
Can you
unless
sing it?
Can
you sing it
I
for
can't
us?
sing anything.
You know where I think we went wrong? We never sang the 7th inning stretch.
Oh, you have a point there.
Yeah,
We can always pull up Harry Carey's version.
yeah. I appreciate Clay Aiken's version actually better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You ever heard him sing 7th inning stretch?
I think I have once. He's not one of the bad ones.
Do you know who Clay Aiken is?
Name is familiar. Couldn't place him.
Brandon Vire says he does know, and I'm judging you that you do know who Clay Aiken is. I think he was won American Idol in 2006 maybe? Has this really creepy song out there called Invincible. Yeah.
Oh, that song.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. All right, 1 up and 1 down here. Yeah, it's just kind of a weird song.
Yeah.
But if you're at home now, in between innings, look it up. Clay Aiken Invincible. It's a weird little music video, but hey, whatever it takes here. I just
Now
want to
batting,
get some guys on base and score some runs here for the Leafs.
Well, I mean, we got some Dropkick Murphys, some AC/DC.
Dropkick. Hey, that's it. AC/DC.
AC/DC?
Dropkick. No, Dropkick Murphys. I think Take It Out to Boston or whatever.
Yeah.
Take It Out to Boston.
Shipping out to Boston.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Which course are we going for here?
Sorry. Coach Childers promised me a Ponderosa if we won tonight, Dairy Queen if we lost.
Is Dairy Queen a sponsor?
I'm trying to get him on the books.
Okay. Then I'm okay with it.
He didn't even promise me like anything from Dairy. Like he's gonna give me one of his chicken fingers from Dairy Queen. He's not even like buy me dinner, but he's gonna give me the $13.99 buffet from Ponderosa. That's really why I want to win.
But if why go for chicken fingers when you can have ice cream even though it's cold out?
I understand.
So close. 2-2 count to Walker.
Yeah, I remember my mom got food poisoning from Ponderosa.
Ooh.
Never been back since. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on the air.
That's
Defamation. I'm not saying don't go to Ponderosa, but just be careful. And I'm hoping they're going to be our sponsor next week. I'm going to go to them and say, hey, look, Ponderosa.
You mean Monday?
Monday. Yeah, Monday. Yeah, because we are rained out tomorrow.
Moser.
We gotta have a quick turnaround on these.
Yeah. Yeah, we got Mount Vernon Monday starting at 10 a.m., so make sure you get here early. We are going to be rained out tomorrow. On Saturday, we had a double hitter playing with these guys, but we're going to push that to Monday.
These guys pushing it to 10 a.m. are going to have a struggle for me and getting up that early with my morning coffee.
What are you going to do with your Saturday now?
Probably homework.
Nah,
I know, it's
I'd
unfortunate.
rather watch baseball.
Probably going to listen to baseball as I do homework.
There you go.
That way I'm not visually distracted by the essay that I have
Cubs
to write.
play day game tomorrow?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
All right, Toby, let's get us out of this. 2 outs and 1-1 on the hitter.
Well, popping it fly, foul may help.
Leafs trailing 4-0, top of the ninth here against Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon going for a share or outright win of the Crossroad League Conference.
1-2 the count to Mosier, who's at the plate. Takes it low, although it is down the middle, and now 2-2. Talking to Anthony Tadaro the other day about the difference between him and Strobel. A connection that I actually really didn't see until he pointed it out to me yesterday was Bull definitely likes to call on the outside corners, and Strobel likes to call generally more down the middle
Yeah.
for the pitchers. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of sad that I didn't catch that myself and put those two and two together,
Yeah.
but, However, it's 3 up, 3 down for the Maple Leafs. So going to the bottom of the ninth, it'd be McGuire, Grooms, Bontrager. Maple Leafs trailing still 4-0 on 91 on the Globe, the GoLeafs live stream. On the GoLeafs live stream, 91 the Globe, walking out to kickstart my heart is Anthony Boltadaro. Always one of my favorites of the team so far this season. Personally, I do love the heavy metal. However, pinch hitting for McGuire.
We need to get something going here. I mean, this is it.
Tadaro?
Bottom of the ninth. We're out hitting Mount Vernon, which is very frustrating, 6-5, but they're outscoring us 4-0 here. So bottom of the ninth, Bulls leading us off. Let's see if we can make something happen.
Pops a foul.
They have done a great job throwing strikes today. Fantastic. I mean, they're well coached. They got some ball players that are they're doing all the little things right.
Tadaro's got the 0-1 count.
Strike one, strike two. He's saying, hey, we got a 4-0 lead here. Come and hit it if you can. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes right at him again.
Yeah.
Maybe elevate a fastball here. I guess he could throw one in the dirt, but he could climb the ladder. Looks like he's going out. Yep. Threw that one in the dirt. That's a very good pitch. I mean, they are pitching the ball well. Mount Vernon's pitching smart.
Bull wanted to go long on that one. You could hear it in his bat. Tipped back a little too foul. Struck out swinging, bringing up
Now batting,
Grooms to the
Jason
plate.
Grooms.
Grooms having a decent day. Hit once, been able to reach. Popped out once and grounded out once. Grooms from Good Pasture. Hop in the grass. Unable to get it. Grooms will land himself on first.
I'll probably mark that a, well, let's see what they're going to call that. I'm going to call that an E6.
Definitely should have had that.
Yeah, Grooms isn't going to be happy about that call, but it's probably the right call. Can't make everybody happy, you know?
Now batting.
Do what you can.
You can.
Austin Bontrager seeing another action. Fourth at bat for this afternoon. Finds a ball one.
Whatever it takes to get on base here, whatever it takes.
Bontrager popped out twice into right field and then was able to reach on an error back in the second. 2-0.
There's no way he needs to swing at this pitch. Thank you. It's good baseball right there. 2-0, down 4 runs. Guy throws 2 balls. Good job. Veteran move by, freshman?
Freshman.
Yeah.
I think he was redshirted last year, so academically a sophomore.
Gotcha. I think I'm still academically a sophomore, too.
Hey, good job.
Yeah. I might be a junior by credits. Who knows?
I feel that.
Problem is he's, 18 and I'm 33.
You can go to college anytime.
You can.
Grad school
There you go.
or regular college. Going back for a new degree. However your path takes you. Although Bontrager will draw the full count.
Biggest pitch of the game here. The fans are standing, trying to get us going here. Everybody's on their feet.
We're on our feet.
We are. We've been actually standing this entire game. We are excited.
Well, for a 3-man press box, we somehow generally fit 6 up here. So
That's good. It's been a nice, cozy afternoon for us.
Mm-hmm.
I think I deserve that Dairy Queen.
I think you do.
I've been standing, been burning calories. Might get some extra Reese cups in there, you know.
Ooh, yeah.
Gotta hopefully Coach, throws me a bone there and takes care of me.
I have no doubt that he will.
There we go. Ball 4 in the outside corner. They really wanted that pitch, and I don't know how he didn't swing at it, to be honest with you. I mean, it was just off the corner. It wasn't a strike. Good call by the umpire and great at bat. So we got Bobby Garcia, the Puerto Rican sensation, coming in.
The person that you want, too.
Yeah, I compare him to kind of like a Javi Baez type.
Ah!
Yeah.
I don't know if he's the caliber of a Baez, but
Yeah, probably a little bit better, I would think.
Mhm.
Yeah.
maybe not so much. Maybe Baez a little bit more of a solidified Baez than the liquefied Baez out trying to steal.
Yes.
But
Yeah. All right, who we got here? Hey, this is it. Crunch time. We are down 4 runs. We got the tying run on deck, which looks to be Colby, Malsum. And then after that, we got Loninger. We get a guy on base, and it's going to get really interesting here. So who do we got up?
we got Schofield, who back in the 7th inning came in as a pinch hitter, has entered the game out at left field defensively, and now here to hit in the 9-hole. Ooh, that wind blew through here. That kind of shook the press box a little bit. Inside pitch on ball 1. Schofield. Behind. And the 1-1 count.
Brighton's got a full face mask on, doesn't he? It's interesting. A good cold weather gear.
I tell you what, he has a new face mask every time I see him.
Mm-hmm.
Taking the pitch. Across the plate in the 0-2.
All right, we got a battle here, Leafs. Down to our last 2 outs, down 4 here in the bottom of the 9th.
Schofield. Shouldering his bat, getting set for Goodpaster. Takes a jab and keeps it foul, keeping himself alive at the 1-2. Goodpaster with the pitch for Schofield. Gets set, checks over at second, throws home, cross plate, and breaks a little early for ball 2.
Yeah, it's a good spot. He threw it out there about 8 inches off the outside corner and see if he chased, but he didn't. So 2-2 here. Big pitch.
Popped up. And again in foul territory, keeping himself alive at the 2-2.
Yeah, Brighton's battling. He's doing his job. He's spoiling good pitches and waiting for his pitch. So we'll see if he can piece it together here.
Again from Brighton. Takes it outside.
Had a baby Brighton. Way to battle. So full count here. 1 out, bottom of the 9th. Tying run is on deck. In the person of Colby Malsum. Let's go here. Base hit, ball 4.
The runners will be going and knocked it over. Third base, going for the double play. Unable to do so, but that does leave Brighton out on first, although Grooms, who would have ran over to third, is out.
Yeah, so fielder's choice there with Colby coming up. You got probably your
Now batting,
second
Colby
best or
Malsum.
best power hitter on deck. So if Colby can keep this thing going, we'll give Loninger a chance to tie this ball game up, although it would take a massive poke to get one in to this 31-hour wind that's blowing straight in.
Mawson's first pitch,
Nasty curveball.
right where he's been not able to read as well throughout this entire game. Flew out 3 times, popped out once, and grounded out once throughout this game. He'll take swing and a miss and the 0-2.
Nasty curveball again to Colby. I don't know why he wouldn't throw another pitch just like that, but we'll see. Colby's got a battle here.
Mawson looking for the pitch. Makes contact into right field. It goes. Foul ball.
Yeah, diving attempt there by the right fielder. Almost got there and would have been a very impressive play. It was about a foot short. So going to give Colby another chance.
Both Garcia and Schofield round to the plate before going back to their respective positions. And Mawson will reset the 0-2. Goodman. Sorry, good pastor. Hey, he is a good man.
That a
Again.
baby.
Nice base hit from Mawson. Runners will be holding up.
All right, we got what we wanted here. We got a shot with our one of our top hitters up. Home run ties it.
Now batting, Ben Longacre.
If he can break through the wind. Ooh, that would be a game. Ben Longacre able to reach once off of a hit, fly out twice, and ground out once.
Little double action is really what we're looking for here. Double by Ben and double by Clint.
Any single by Longacre will drive in two. Here goes Garcia. Incoming Schofield.
Yeah, that ball was driven deep to right field, but that wind held that ball up, and Loninger's going to fly out to end the game to deep right center field. Any other day, that ball's over the right center field fence, but that's unfortunate. So it looks like the Leafs are going to go down here in 9, 4-0 over Mount Vernon.
Maple Leafs able to make solid contact on unable to capitalize. Unfortunately, due losing 4-0. And the third inning really hurt for Goshen. Top of the third with those 4 runs and the squeeze play from Mount Vernon. But overall, not too bad. At least able to reach base on multiple occasions for Maple Leafs. So Mount Vernon, Goshen, Monday morning is the new set occasion. And I got to preface that with pending weather. Although Mount Vernon travels about 5 hours, so if they come, they're more than likely going to play no matter what. So, Maple Leafs go down 4-0 against the Mount Vernon Cougars in a Crossroads League action. Anything else?
No, I mean, I think the Leafs, they out-hit Mount Vernon 7-5. They had more errors, 3-2, and at the end of the day, the small things in this game will come back to get you and bite you, and that's what they did. I mean, that one inning, that third inning, that they scored all 4 of their runs. It was impressive what Mount Vernon did. They pulled off a couple suicide squeezes, and they knew the wind blowing in, and Coach Childers saw it coming. He had the infield in early, and we knew it was going to kind of be a pitcher's duel and really tough to get some runs. And you saw that in that last inning. I mean, the ball that Loninger hit any other day, that ball was gone. And the Leafs put up a fight there in the ninth. It was cool to see them battle back. Good coaching on both ends. The kids played hard, and unfortunately the Leafs came up short. So, yeah, sounds like we get back at it. We, dust the dust off and get back to work on, Monday morning.
For sure. Well, I think that'll do it for us up here for this afternoon. For Casey, myself, and all the crew here at Go Leafs, wishing you a happy Easter weekend and a warm one. If you are up here in northern Indiana, please stay warm and dry. Maple Leafs do take the loss 4-0 against Mount Vernon, 10 a.m. Monday morning. Check it out at GoLeafs.net for all your scheduling updates. It's 91 on the Globe and the Go Leafs live stream.